This is going to be a quick video because we brewed 2 beers this time. The first beer is a White House Honey Ale for the wedding, and the second beer is a Summer Shandy. For the White House Honey Ale, we use 7 pounds of 2-row, 3 pounds of Munich, and 2 pounds of wheat. And for the hops, we also used East Kent Goldings and Challenger. You can see here that we are doing a low ABV because there's a lot of room in the mash tun. This is a 11-gallon batch, and we mashed in 4 gallons and about 17 pounds of grain, as opposed to the other ones we brewed were 18 and 19 pounds of grain. We also used 2 pounds of honey, which cuts down on the grain bill because we want this to be a session beer and not a knock you out on the ground beer. For the Summer Shandy, Fuggle Cascade for the hop. It's nice about this one is that it's going to be a very light beer. We're going to mix it with some lemonade, and it's going to be very crisp and refreshing. We estimate that this is going to be around 4.5% ABV. That way you could have more than 2 and still be able to function. When we mashed in, we were down 1 degree, but luckily when we mashed out, we were above by 1 degree. So in between that hour of mashing, we were able to hit our temperature almost spot on. For the Summer Shandy, we used Safe Brew WB06, and for the White House Honey Ale, we're using Windsor. That was Aaron and Eric, and this is Angie, our assistant brewers today. I really like using the mesh bags. It really helps with cleanup. After an hour, we let them drain. This is the White House Honey Ale. Definitely has a good color to it, and it tasted pretty good the first runnings. First runnings were about 18 bricks, which I think is close to 1050 something. This is the Summer Shandy that we're draining into the boil kettle. Once it's done fermenting, we're going to use about 3 gallons of the Summer Shandy mixed with 2 gallons of lemonade. Doing some research online, we found out that's the optimal mix. We're going to try the Simply Orange lemonade. We're also going to try the homemade version. This is us just dumping hops into the White House Honey Ale. That'd be the 1.8 ounces of East Kent Golding. It's not a very hoppy beer because we want the sweetness of the honey to show through and so that more people drink it. Here we have the Summer Shandy. It's a 5-gallon brew. We're doing this one. The other White House Honey Ale is going to be 10 gallons. We added more hops to both of them, but I didn't get them on camera because we were too busy sampling other beers that we have purchased. We added the 2 pounds of honey in the last 5 minutes. Since the honey is almost all fermentable, this will mainly be on the aroma, the nose. When you drink the beer, you don't really taste it that much because the yeast ferments it out almost completely. And it's very, very sticky. Some people suggested that you nuke the bottle. We decided not to because we didn't want it to explode. So what we ended up doing is just squeezing out as much as possible, draining some wort into it, and then dumping it back in there once or twice. If you do make a honey ale, make sure the ingredients say 100% pure honey. I saw that when I was at the store. They do make honey-ish variants. It has a lot of corn syrup in it and definitely is not honey. And if you put in your beer, it definitely will not taste good because the yeast don't really work that well with corn syrup. We boiled both of them for 90 minutes just to get all the DMS out and make them nice and crisp. I don't know why the 90 minutes make them more crisp, but that's what people say online. And if you don't have a immersion chiller, you should definitely get one. It makes everything a lot quicker. Just make sure you add it with the last 15 minutes to sanitize it and clean it off before you put it in there, just so you don't get any contamination. We ended up with about 4.5 gallons of the Summer Shandy. We put the lid on, shook it up for about a minute, threw the dry yeast in there, WB06, and as I talk right now, it is bubbling away. With the White House Honey Ale, we drain it from a very high level, and then we shake it up for a few minutes, and then just threw the Windsor yeast in there. Ended up having about 11 gallons. It's fermenting at 62 degrees nicely. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you the next time we brew.